What's the best kit bashing kits you can use in 40k and why they're all Blade Guard? Are you sick of this intro yet? Bet you are.
Welcome back to the Kieran Show. His name is Kieran and my name is Kieran. Is a gimmick that will live on forever.
Immortalised on the internet for your humour.
Look at us go. We're going to look at some kit bashing kits in 40k. Woo! We've not really spoken about kit bashing all that much.
No, because there's, no offence, Pete the Wargamer does it way better than both of us.
Yeah. And this is only talking about it. It's not even doing it. How boring for you? Want to click off yet? So yeah, there's lots of really great options within 40k, and sometimes it can be a bit of a daunting place to start. Often the case. Committing to a kit just to take stuff from it.
Yeah, I think the worst bit of kit bashing and the most daunting bit is I'm going to spend £50 of my pocket money. And cut it up.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. And I think when you first start kit bashing, the concept of cutting pre-made monopose minis is horrible. It's absolutely terrifying.
I mean, my first ever kit bash is immortalised on the internet and I still hate it to this day.
Oh dear, thick daddy can't.
Do you reckon Luton's ever painted it?
No. I reckon he's got it in a glass jar and it'll just be forever preserved on his
reminding
shelf.
him of how terrible people are at Warhammer at times.
Just like, wow, this is trash. The thing is, it wasn't even bad. You were just like so upset that it wasn't what you wanted.
It's not what I envisaged in my head.
No.
But I haven't unlocked that skill yet to make my brain images.
Break it, make it again. There it is.
Nope.
So what we're going to do is go through a list of kits that I've put together, and there's some special mentions from you as well.
Yeah, I haven't done enough to make my own list. Mine had to be just Blade Guard, Blade Guard, Blade Guard.
So I've kit bashed using nearly all of, I think it's all of these bar one. So in some capacity, I've gone through these units, these sprues, and taken bits from them, or built the units and been left with enough spares that you can incorporate into other units within your armies as well. So I didn't want to be specifically Chaos. I know you're all like, oh, you're only doing with Chaos, whatever. But I've managed to get Space, so Loyalist, Traitor, and then Xenos as well. All through this, so having a great time.
A plethora, a smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord of bits, some gourmet, some maybe more basic, but it's a great time nonetheless. So, starting strong is the Chaos Chosen kit from the CSM range.
I like this kit normally, why did you cut it up?
Gourmet, so it's not necessarily that you cut stuff from it, it's that you can incorporate random bits from it throughout your Chaos Space Marine army. So the nice thing with these guys is obviously they're the more elite choice within a Chaos Space Marine army. You can incorporate the bits within your regular Legionnaires. You can also use some of the bits for your Chaos Lords, let's say, as well. So anything that is of the same size and that is going to be the main bread and butter, let's say, for your army. If you have some versatility in what you can use and you can swap bits in and out, great. Head options, fantastic. Weapon options, even better. They're also quite dynamic imposers as well, so you can maybe swap some of the Chosen out for your regular CSM Legionnaires, and you can swap those bits so you can make it work for you. So really, really relevant.
How many Chosen kits have you gone through in terms of bits?
I think at least 3.
And how many squads of Chosen do you have in your Chaos army?
2. Look, I'm a man of very simple pleasures, and Chaos Chosen is
spending £42.50 or however much they are on.
It's not always that dumb. Sometimes they come in boxes with other things, so that's good. Not often, but it's good.
I can't comment on the Chosen kit. I really like it standard. Yeah,
it is great as a standard, but it also has loads of leftovers, which is lush.
Okay, what's next on your
list?
list?
Can't stress that enough. Next up, something I've only done once, but honestly had the best time with it, for sure, and I think you definitely can agree with this one as well, is the Company of Heroes from the Space Marine range.
Oh my god!
Oh boy! In the game, it's hot butt.
It's not really a thing.
It's terrible.
But making Space Marines from this kit is just insane.
Yeah.
You open the box and go, wow.
Yeah, there is enough in here to have the capacity for 5 separate characters within a Space Marine army.
If you were stupid,
strong start.
you could buy multiples of these and use them as your rank and file Space Marines.
I mean, yeah, that is done. that I'm just going to shoot that.
They will be so cool. They'd have so much flavour.
Yeah, that would be really silly. I think what's really nice about them is the versatility again, which obviously that word's going to come up quite a lot in this video, but you've got the ancient, you've got maybe the stern guard looking characters in there as well as a lieutenant. It looks great.
They're rife for head swaps.
Yes.
Because they've got the classic Space Marine GW build where, you have the neck hole.
The neck hole?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said you hated it.
The divot where the neck bit from a Space Marine head goes in. So you could put any Space Marine head on them. So mine, I put the old Sanguinary Guard heads on and the new Sanguinary Guard heads on, and they just fit. And I've got my own Blood Angels Company of Heroes.
Yeah, real nice. Real nice. And again, from those bits that you can take and move on to some other Chaos Space Marine characters of your choosing as well, because they are that slightly upscale. So any characters that might come within the Space Marine range, like if you want to chuck your, I don't know, Company of Heroes standard on top of Dante, you'll be dumb. But you can do it, which is really, really nice.
That flag is a gourmet bit.
It's a gourmet bit, and having those options
the power
is great.
fist off the guy is as well.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've got it further in your list, but a special mention as well is the Stone Guard veteran kit.
It's not on here. It's not on here, so we'll mention it.
I've done 2 kit bashes with that for the Fist of the First Templar. I haven't paid them, soz. But
that's not what the video is about.
Again, they're another one that you could buy multiple and just make rank and file Space Marines. So much flavour in the kit, so much posability, so much flavour you can add with other bits. Just brilliant blank canvases, but if you don't want to make your own thing out of them, you still end up with a really cool Space Marine.
Nice.
Yeah, big fan of those 2 kits in particular.
Do you like Space Marines?
Maybe. Big Daddy E for the win.
Next up, we're going back to Chaos, and it is,
of course we are,
for the Thousand Suns, the Exalted Sorcerer kit.
Really?
Wowzers!
I mean, it's a great kit.
Unreal. Any Thousand Suns player or kitbasher or painter or whatever will be singing from the rooftops about this kit. It's unbelievable. Do you know why?
Yeah, it's a really cool kit. But is it good for kit bashing?
Unbelievable. Do you know why?
Why?
Because the rest of the Thousand Suns range is so bad.
So it's not actually that good. It's just, this is what you could have.
So imagine you've got a unit of 10 Rubric Marines and 3 Exalted Sorcerers. There is enough bits in the Exalted Sorcerer range that you can make your 3 Exalted Sorcerers, and you have enough spares to pimp up your regular sort of, I don't know, bang average looking Rubric Marines. So you'll have your aspiring sorcerer within there that would have like your general staff or like the regular bits that come in that Rubric kit, and suddenly you can give them all these like pimping bits from the Exalted Sorcerer kit, and suddenly he doesn't look the same in every single unit of Rubric Marines. Great time.
Isn't the whole concept of Rubrics that they all look the same though?
But it's boring. It's so boring.
Get a better army then.
I hate that.
Get a better army then.
Firstly, how dare you? Secondly, no, don't do that. Make them look different. Make them look cool. Rule of cool. But every time.
What are the Exalted Sorcerer sprues like though? Are there bits you can cut off easy and go, I'm just going to use this?
Yeah, it's similar. I suppose similar to the other Space Marine stuff. So we're starting quite small here, but shoulder pads, arms. It's all very versatile, which is great.
Okay.
Are you ready for the next one?
Is it a good one?
I think. I'd say no, but I think yes. So
is it Wolfen?
Absolutely not. To the bin. So this is actually the original Orc Knobs kit.
I can't even get that anymore.
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
Not through GW, can you?
Sure
No, sorry. I thought I got mixed up. I thought you meant Orc Boys, and you can still buy the old Orc Boys as well. I'm completely wrong.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
So the old Orc Boys is like fine. Like I think that's okay, but that is like really sort of like beige level versatility amongst orcs. Yeah. And I don't know what it is about the old Orc Boy kit where they've sort of got this weird like arched hunchback, or the opposite of a hunchback.
The neck, with that neck down here.
Yeah, like the body's down there and they've got the like ghetto booty sticking out. Like I'm not about that at all.
But we're talking knobs.
We are great. Orc knobs. Yeah, so the nice thing with this kit is similar to the other ones we've mentioned. It comes with loads of spare bits, heads, weapons, arms, shoulder pads as well is another really specific one with orcs.
Yeah.
So you've got more than enough bits to utilize that you can be spread across all of your orc ranges as well. So something that we found with newer orc ranges, so let's talk like Squig Hog boys or orc boys or some of the Beast Snagger boys as well, and maybe even in more recent times with your commandos and then your tank busters as well. Because they're quite monopose, although they come with like lots of different options or whatever, sometimes you might want to stick an extra shoulder pad on, or you might want to put a different combat arm on one side or a different head. And you can by utilizing a lot of the spare bits from the old Orc Knobs kit. Generally speaking, I'm not sure how playable Orc Knobs are, so...
They should be really playable because they're cool.
I think it's like one of those, yeah. I'm not sure how many you're going to take within a list, but generally speaking, I think having a retinue of 5 is a solid start, and then utilising those bits on other kits as well. But I think Orc Knobs, especially when I used to play Orcs years and years ago, was a great kit.
I've never built a knob kit.
Great kit.
I mean, I've built Orc Knobs in the sense of that the one comes in the Orc Boys kit. That's about it. And even that one has loads of bits.
Indeed. Indeed. Next up, unfortunately, we are going back to Space Marines. Black Templars, Sword Brethren.
Oh my god. Just buy this kit and paint them blue.
Love.
Paint them as Ultramarines. They look wicked.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but it's crazy. Yeah, the Sword Brethren kit, I'd argue, is probably... is probably the best. It's slightly better than the Crusader Squad.
And the Crusader Squad kit
is great as well.
Fire.
So, but these guys, obviously, like for a 5-man elite unit, you're talking like multiple ranged options, multiple even akimbo weapon options as well. You've got great capes, great backpacks, loads and loads of Black Templar swords, effectively what we're saying. The helmets are great, all the extra gubbins that you get. Just because I want to mention it later on as well, when you're incorporating upgrade sprues, I feel like they're a great special mention. Phenomenal for anything additional that you might want to utilise whilst kit bashing. The Black Templar one, to be honest, the majority of the Space Marine ones in general, but the Black Templar one is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The Blood Angels one beats it, in my opinion.
He's wrong.
It's got an eviscerator in it.
It's wrong.
Just the heads alone in the Sword Brethren kit, though.
Yeah.
Just stick those on your normal Space Marines, and I tell you what, they look wicked on Blade Guard.
Yeah, really brilliant.
I mean, I know I made the Blade Guard joke. I love them, but...
And again, Kieran actually brought up a moment ago, you can take some of those gubbins off and you can play them as other different legions. I wouldn't, but you can, and it's that versatility again that's great.
I've seen someone, the name escapes me, so I apologise, but there's someone on Instagram I have seen paint the two Lightning Claw guys that's holding them back like that.
Oh yeah.
It's painted that one as an Ultramarine, and it looks wicked.
Yeah, that's
just
sweet.
like with the cape that's done in like a regal cream, and then the striking blue armour. It looks wicked.
Yeah, that's lush. It was a really great time. And I think with the Space Marine stuff, sometimes you think quite laterally about upgrading it with upgrade sprues, or maybe utilising Sword Brethren with some extra bits as well. But it doesn't happen very often where you remove the units that make them something specific, and you can suddenly use them for other things. So again, great.
They look good in yellow as well.
They would look good in yellow.
They do. I've got some in there.
Have you painted them yellow?
Yeah.
You painted them?
Yeah.
Start to finish?
No.
All right, there we go.
They're yellow and they've had an oil wash.
Next up actually came from Floorhammer Dave, somebody from our Discord and a friend of ours that we very much like indeed, is the Inquisitorial Agents from the Agents of the Imperium range. So these guys, I think if I remember rightly, it's a 7-man little retinue for the Agents range that come with loads of options. And if you are playing Agents of the Imperium, one of 3 of you, you will know that you need so many units in order to make a playable army. So having those spare like gubbins, whether that's heads, weapons, bodies even, to incorporate across your army, so whether it's like servitors or, I don't know, some other like banner bearers or whatever, this is like a must. And I think for things like some of the launch boxes and the combat patrol as well, you're going to be having these on tap for a long, long time.
You'll be buying more of these as well.
Exactly. So just make sure you utilise them, keep incorporating those bits, and you'll have a great time. It's something that is a kit I actually really, really want to paint. I really like the agent stuff.
You're just determined to do an Imperial Agents army one day.
It will happen one day, but that day is not now. There was also a special mention for the 30k Praetor kits as well.
Well, you've used quite a few of the heads on other things.
I'll be honest, the 30k ranges in general, anything that's plastic for the Heresy ranges, I think they're great. Less so for bits, more so for, I suppose something just a bit different. Just adding like a new or an older take, let's say, on like a more new scale army. Something that hasn't crossed the Rubicon Primaris. Just giving you like an extra edge, I guess.
I mean, I can hear it on the click-clack machine already. You've done nothing but Space Marines!
Yeah, there is quite a lot of that.
Give us something that isn't a Space Marine kit.
So, I was actually just going to go back to the Upgrade Sprue special mentions as well. So, there are things like, I don't know, Kill Team is obviously like a great little segue, let's say, for other kits that you can either pimp up or whatever, but there are some units, let's say like the Void Scarred Eldar kit.
Yes.
Great time. I'm sure if you had some of those bits and pieces and utilised them for your Eldar list,
the Eagle thing.
that'd be great. Yeah, they're great. Really, really, really good. But leaning back for that Upgrade Sprue, obviously it's a bit on the nose, but you've got things like the Pathfinder's Kill Team for Tau. So I've used... You will think it's boring. Everybody in the comments will be like, we get it, mate, you paint Tau.
We've got wall-to-wall bangers of Space Marines, all right, cool, let's hear something else, and you've gone, here's some Tau.
Well, the thing is, I like what's holding up the potato. I just think they're neat. Yeah, the thing is with the Pathfinders, the Firestrike squads, and then there was another one there as well. Doesn't matter. So Breachers, nailed it. So the problem was with those three, they're all quite old, and they need that sort of like bring up to the 21st century. And the nice thing is with the Pathfinder Kill Team Upgrade Sprue is that you can also have it for characters. So things like Ethereals, Tank Commanders. I made one of those for one of my not Devilfishers, Hammerheads recently. You just need to bring some of these older kits up again. We had an Ethereal that came out last year for Tau. That was a great little mini, and it gives you a capacity of what Tau could look like, and the Upgrade Sprue certainly gives you that. Next up is another perfect example of that, would be the Night Lord's Upgrade Sprue as well. So
Nemesis Claw.
The Nemesis Claw. Great time, and it's such an easy way of utilising a sprue to make something look a bit more, well, better. Betterer. Next up, we've got things like the Cadian Upgrade Pack as well for Imperial Guard.
I mean, if you need sandbags, that's the kit it comes in.
It certainly is. But I was actually amazed at how many bits are in that box. Couldn't believe it.
We've entered into this new era of Games Workshop where the upgrade sprues are now really good. So there used to be a bit of a joke. Like I remember when the Primaris ones first came out.
Yeah, it came with like little transfers and like a
couple of tiny little transfer sheet. They came with a couple of shoulder pads and that was it. Whereas now we're on another level. Like you mentioned, we've got Black Templars. The Blood Angels one is amazing. The Cadia upgrade sprue, amazing. The Dark Angels one, amazing.
I'm hoping that we receive them for a lot of other avenues within 40k.
Imagine the Space Wolves one when that comes out.
Sure. I think I'd be very, very surprised actually by summer if we don't have them for the other Space Marine things that we're hearing about. So obviously we're hearing a lot about salamanders and stuff.
We haven't heard anything about salamanders, it's just a picture.
Oh, come on. By the time this video comes out, we'd have already had Adepticon. It'll be old news. If we've got that, wicked. Yeah, and I would also really, really like to see it for CSM. So an Iron Warriors sprue, a Night Lord's box.
Yeah, I need to see it.
Just, that would be wonderful. A Word Bearers one as well.
If they're not going to do that,
go on.
Give us a whole range. Give us a whole Night Lord's range.
I don't think they'd ever do that, but yeah, sure. I think that Xenos could certainly use some love with more upgrade sprues. I don't think they have enough of them.
The trouble is with upgrade sprues, I find though, is if you take something like Tyranids, I mean, maybe this is just a stupid point, but an upgrade sprue would never work because they're such an insular army. They only work on them.
So I think
that's the problem with a lot of the Xenos stuff in general is that you can't. So, like for example, the Chaos stuff, like the Chaos faction is massive. You can use these bits on lots of other armies, whereas Xenos, not so much. I mean, I could be wrong. Like someone in the comments let me know if you've done.
A bit too lateral. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just too passionate about the bloody Pathfinder Kill Team sprue. I'm just like, finally, we've got something good for Tau.
But you wouldn't ever use it on anything other than Tau.
No, of course you wouldn't. But the logic is the same for Space Marines, but there's just so much Space Marine stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess it is, using Sword Brethren for anything. is similar.
Yeah, exactly right. So because you can be versatile with kits that are older, and it's exactly the same with the void. I've already forgotten what it's called. The
Void Guard.
Nice. Space Pirates. You can use that throughout your older army. It might look a bit odd, but you can certainly utilise different colour schemes and spice it up a bit.
Given a Farseer, and I know it's not a data sheet, I can hear on the click-clack machine, but a proper, like, Farseer on a jet bike thing with an eagle from the Void Guard.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Need it.
Really, really sweet. But yeah, the really nice thing with Warhammer 40k units, I suppose, is that you have spares. And I keep...
That's an understatement.
I keep all of them. Everything I've got, I've just got bits galore. It's like a little library of
You and your
sprues and
venerable
bits.
dreadnoughts.
Love it. Absolutely love them. But yeah, there's too much choice, too many options, and sometimes it gets a little bit daunting about what you can and can't achieve, I think, with some of these kits, because it feels like a bit of an overpayment for what you would initially deem as just bits.
There's something to be said for a gourmet bit, though.
Oh yeah. And they keep releasing them. Forge World have got a lot to answer for that as well.
Yeah, Necromunda is wall-to-wall gourmet bits.
My Lord.
Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of some other kits So the Blade Guard kit is wall-to-wall gourmet bits. Those shields, just use them on other things. They look wicked. Blade Guard heads, using them on normal Space Marines looks wicked.
Kieran loves Blade Guard.
If you haven't guessed.
Just every video, Blade Guard.
I just like that. Just think they're neat.
I just think they're neat. Oh, terrible. But yeah, no, if you'd like to pick up some bits of your own, obviously please click the affiliate links down below and go buy some new kits. If you've
Namely
got some,
Blade Guard.
Namely Blade Guard. If you've got some kit suggestions of your own, please let us know down in the comments because I'd love to hear. I'm always on the lookout for new
You just need an excuse to buy more Warhammer.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, honestly, any excuse to see new kits and see what they're hiding that I haven't found yet is great. Love it. And if you would like to also click the links down below and join the Cult of Kieran and join this list of lovely people on the left-hand side, that would be wonderful. Everything you pour in goes straight to the channel, and we love you for
And if you do join,
support.
you'll get entered into live stream giveaways and other things where you could potentially win some Kitbash rejects from him.
I mean, nobody wants that, but if I reject it, you probably won't want it either.
Yeah, hit the Patreon link at the end of the video, or the YouTube memberships, whichever is your flavour.
Indeed. Tell me what's your flavour. But yeah, anything else to add?
Nope, long live the Space Marines.
All right.
Best kits.
Yeah.
It's all brethren for days.
Kill, maim, burn. Love you, peace and love, bye.